welcome to Don't Tell Mama. As a courtesy to our performers, we ask that there be no picture taking, no texting. Please turn off all your cell phones and keep the aisles clear for the performers and the wait staff. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. And now please welcome John Satchram.
Cause after you die, they always get you blushing. So I've made a Thornton Wilder return. Give me a good gushy goodbye, cause even inside of an urn, I stay light on my feet. I stay light on my feet and give them that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I stay light on my feet, I stay light on my feet, and hit them with shoo-bop-doo-wah, shoo-bop-doo-wah, shoo-bop-doo-wah. When Dame Fortune tosses me a curve, I never give away to despair. I hang on with every little nerve, trying to keep my balance as I hang in the air. I land right on my feet, I land right on my feet, and go with the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Left foot flukies finish up last. Most of them are living off spam. That's why the light on my feet is what I am.
That's John Satchram. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm here, I think. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Ricky Ritzel's Broadway. It's the March 2022 edition, the first Friday in spring. And that was the wonderful John Satchram performing our first number, which is the first number in our first show, a class act. It's a musical based on the life of songwriter Ed Claiborne, whatever. Okay, some of you may wonder who he is. Others know only one thing that he did, which was lyricist for Chorus Line. Most of us immediately think of Norman Hamlish being the songwriter of a Chorus Line, but he was only the composer, not the lyricist. Sometimes the writer of a song's words get famous like Johnny Mercer, but other times they end up like George Gershwin's lyricist, his lovely wife Ira. That's not true, Ira was his sister. That's not true either. Ira was his brother. Who boos? Who booing me? Anyhow, the one thing Ed Claiborne ever wanted was to have a Broadway musical, and I'm going to keep saying Claiborne. The one thing a band, I'll do it different ways every time, what about that? Was to have a Broadway musical with his own music and lyrics. Well, after his death, his close friend Lonnie Price gathered songs Ed had written for various unproduced musicals, put them together with a book, and with Price and his collaborator Linda Klein, wrote from Cleveland's life story and fashioned a class act. It opened off Broadway at the Manhattan Theater Club's Stage 2 in October of 2000, and transferred to Broadway at the Ambassador Theater March 11th, 2001. With Price playing Cleveland, it played for 105 performances. The show opens, as you saw, with the ghost of Ed attending his own funeral. His friend Sophie insists people only know the real Ed if he is honest with them. Enrolled in the very selective Lehman Hengel BMI workshop, he performs a song inspired by his first trip with friends to Paris. Once again, John Satchram.
Bob at the wheel of a rented car, Dick munching crackers and brie, and Paris through the window, Paris through the window, them, it, me. Driving from Brussels, we traveled all night, tired, cranky, fighting. Cramped in our car when we slept, all our dreams were of home. Bob did the driving and I read the map. Finally, I fell asleep. Next thing I heard was from Dick in the back. Guess where, creep? Paris through the window, garbage. Paris through the window, rain. Paris through the window, 7 morning, Paris. Bob said it's filthy and Dick said it smells, but if I said a thing, it was where. 18 years old and between me and Paris was glass and air. Paris through the window open, Paris with the window wide, Paris through the window open, and with me hanging outside. Is this the Paris Dick shouted in French that the poets have sung to excess? And I just whispered, yes. Paris from my 10th grade textbook, Paris with my lousy French, Paris with the twisty, oh you know that Paris. Turning one corner I almost fell out when my knee hit the lock on the door. Using good judgment is never what Paris was famous for. Paris on the 18th August, Paris with the garbage, fine. Paris through the window, and they missed it, that Paris was mine. Nothing that happened and nothing we saw in the week that we stayed could compare to simply being there. And Bob went on to a Wall Street job, and Dick to a law school degree. But Paris through the window, Paris through the window, stayed with
So, Sophie walks in on Ed and Mona, who seduced him. He pleads with Sophie not to break up with him, but she does, and he writes a bitter breakup song. Lucy from the workshop sings the song, but Sophie's memory echoes the words. Here's the ever introspective Jenna Finale.
Under separate cover are 5 boxes and a trunk, and the bicycle you had sent home from England, and the shirts your mother mentioned, although some of them had shrunk, and some old assorted junk. And the best part of my life as your first and only wife, and the firm belief that love is gone for good.
Now, Ed's success finally pays off, being hired to write extra lyrics for Debbie Reynolds' Irene. But due to temper and attitude, he's fired. Narrowly escaping a return to the psych ward, he begins writing music full-time. One song he writes is about victory and, of course, is self-congratulatory. Please welcome the always victorious Sidney Meyer.
I feel I'm in the psych ward now. I've been fat, I've been thin, thin is better. I've been out, I've been in is better. I have lost and I have won, losing isn't any fun. Rain is fine, but when it's done, sun is better. I've been poor, I've been rich, rich is better. Fancy or not a stitch, which is better. I've been healthy and in pain, the pain is reason to complain. As someone who's been insane, sane is better. You and me is better, thinking you'll agree. Better than just you, better than just me. All our days, what we called fun, was better. All our nights, every single one, was better. Go improve on better, put it to the test. When you've convalesced, here's what I suggest. Better look me up and settle for the best. I've been good, I've been bad, bad is better. Needs okay, having just had is better. I've been fire, I've been ice, I've been naughty, I've been nice. I've been naughty once or twice, twice is better. You and me is better, it's a better tune. Better soon than late, better now than soon. Life is short, live for today is better. Don't be long, run the whole way is better. Darling, love is better. If you haven't guessed, put it to the test. Feather every nest, bring it all on home, and settle for the best.
That's Sidney Meyer. Now, Ed wants to get back together with Sophie, but despite her feelings for him, it's not going to happen. Here to explain once again is the glorious Jana Finale. Ed gets an offer to work on a new musical about Broadway dancers. I wonder what that's called.
Dancer.
My agent lady. He's disheartened that he's only writing the lyrics and Marvin Hamlish is composing the score. They received the Tony Award. Ed has married Lucy from the workshop and he goes to her research lab for some tests which conclude he has cancer. He forms a foundation from his core-assigned profits to fund new songwriters to the BMI workshop. Once again, here's a splendiferous John Satry.
I'd love for you to know me well, to see me falling into place, to see the face behind the face behind the face. I'd love for you to see me clear, with all my virtues and my lies, with all the pleasure and the pain around the eyes. I want the opportunity to show you the whole damn display, to open like a flower and to know you will stay. I wish that you would take me home and take the time to work me out, to say yes, there he is, yes, that's what he is about. The joy of him, the silliness, the hell. I'd love for you to know me very well.
That's John Satry. Oh,
Change back.
yes indeed. Who is right? We're on third. Are you in for it? Oh my God. It's something. It really is. So let me tell you, Richard Rodgers and Lawrence Hart wrote the music and lyrics and book for the 1937 musical Babes in Arms. Staged by Robert B. Sinclair and choreographed by George Balanchine, the original plot in 1937 concerned a group of small-town Long Island teenagers who put on a show to avoid being sent to a work farm by the town sheriff when their actor parents go on the road for 5 months in an effort to earn some money by reviving vaudeville. It had strong political overtones with discussions of Nietzsche, a communist character, and 2 African-American youths who are victims of racism, who, by the way, were played by the Nicholas brothers in their first Broadway show. The version we're most familiar with was created by George Oppenheimer in 1959, where the young people are trying to save a local summer stock theater from being demolished. Irregardless, the glorious score is what makes this show memorable. But it's interesting that has never ever had a Broadway revival since 1937. So, what do we got here? We got Seaport, Rhode Island in the 1930s. Valentine and Marshall's vaudeville parents leave them behind to do the circuits. Val meets Billy, a girl who has driven from coast to coast, only to have her car break down in Seaport, Rhode Island. The pair sing a love song about how they feel they met before. Now please welcome once again the delightful John Satram, joined by the exhilarating Tanya Mosley.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you were smiling then, but I can't remember where or when. Some things that happen for the first time seem to be happening again. And so it seems that we have met before and laughed before and loved before, but who knows where or when.
When you're awake, the things you think come from the dreams you dream. Thoughts have wings, and lots of things are seldom what they seem. Sometimes you think you've lived before all that you've lived today. Things you do come back to you as if they knew the way. Oh, the tricks your mind can play. It seems we've stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you were smiling then, but I can't remember where or when. Some things that happen for the first time seem to be happening again. And so it seems that we have met before and laughed before and loved before, but who knows where or when.
And so it seems that we have met before and laughed before and loved before, but who knows where or when.
That's John Satram and Tanya Mosley. The sheriff then visits them to inform them that they have to work at the work farm because they are not yet 21. After some convincing, the sheriff decides to give them 2 weeks to put on a show. Dolores, the sheriff's daughter, talks to Gus, her ex, who tries to woo her, failing. However, the two then sing and flirt about how they do not care that the relationship is over. Here's the fabulous Karen Mack and Brian Kalinowski.
You don't know that I felt good when we up and parted. You don't know I knocked on wood, gladly broken-hearted. Worrying is through, I sleep all night, appetite and health restored. You don't know how much I'm bored. The sleepless nights, the daily fights, the quick toboggan as you reach the heights. I miss the kisses and I miss the bites. I wish I were in love again. The broken dates, the endless waits, the loving and the hateful hates, the conversations with the flying plates. I wish I were in love again. No more pain, no more strain. Now I'm sane, but I would rather be gaga. The pulled-out fur, the cat and purr, the fine mismating of the him and her. I've learned my lesson, but I wish I were in love again.
The furtive sigh, the blackened eye, the words I love you till the day I die, the self-deception that believed that lie. I wish I were in love again. When love congeals, it soon reveals the faint aroma of performing seals, the double crossing of a pair of heels. I wish I were in love again. No more care, no despair. I'm all there now, but I'd rather be punch drunk. Believe me, sir, I much prefer the classic battle of a him and her. I don't like quiet, and I wish I were in love again.
No more pain, no more strain. Now I'm sane, but I'd rather be gaga. The pulled-out fur, the cat and cur, the fine misleading of a him and her. I learned my lesson and I wish I were in love again.
Brian Dunn. They next convince Baby Rose, a former child star, to be in their show. Rose performs a number she learned, so please welcome the ever-surprising Harvey Millet.
Just a minute.
I'll have to ready. Sorry.
I've traveled the plains, on mountain streams I've paddled, over the Rockies I would trail. I'd hark to the strains of cowboys in the saddle, not very musical, but male. I roamed o'er the range with the herd, where seldom is heard an intelligent. Get along, little taxi, you can keep the change. I'm riding home to my kitchen range, way out west on West End Avenue. Oh, I love to listen to the wagon wheels that bring the milk that your neighbor steals, way out west on West End Avenue. Keep all your mountains and your lone prairie so pretty. Give me the fountains that go wrong at Rodeo City. You can keep your famous deer and antelope for one tall beer and a cantaloupe, way out west on West End Avenue. Yippee-yi-yay! Get along, little elevator, climb once more to my lone flat on the 14th floor, way out west on West End Avenue. When the sun's a-rising over Central Park, I pull the blind so it's nice and dark, way out west on West End Avenue. Those 49ers who would stake a claim were hardy. I'll join the diners and I'll claim a steak and sardines.
Val discovers that the producer of their show does not want the brothers Irving and Ivor, who happen to be black, in the show. Val leaves in a huff, and Billy reflects on her romance with Val. Please welcome once again our own funny Valentine, Sidney Meyer.
Behold the way our fine feathered friend his virtue doth parade. Thou knowest not, my dim-witted friend, the picture you have made. Your vacant brow and your tousled hair conceal your good intent. My noble, upright, truthful, sincere, and slightly dopey gent. You're my funny Valentine, sweet, comic Valentine. You make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, but you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? But don't change a hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? But don't change a hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day.
That's Sidney Meyer. Jump into the day of the show. Baby Rose rehearses her final number. Once more, here's the never mundane Barney Millet. I'll vent till ready. It's okay. Take your time.
Johnny could only sing one note, and the note he sang was
note, singing with Billy until he was blue in the face. For holding one note was his ace. Couldn't hear the brass, couldn't hear the drum. He was in a class by himself by gum. Poor Johnny One Note got in Aida, indeed a great chance to be brave. He took his one note, howled like the north wind, brought forth wind that made critics rave. While Verdi turned round in his grave, couldn't hear the flute or the big trombone. Everyone was mute. Johnny stood alone. Cats and dogs, dog yapping, lions in the zoo, all were jealous of Johnny's big trill. Thunderclaps stopped clapping, traffic ceased its roar, and they tell us Niagara stood still. He stopped the train whistles, boat whistles, steam whistles, cop whistles, all whistles bound to his still. Sing Johnny One Note, sing out with gusto, and just overwhelm all the crowd. So sing Johnny One Note out loud. Sing Johnny One Note. Sing Johnny One Note out
Val and the producer get into a fight. And that's Act 1. Act 2 opens with the kids despondent over having to be at a nearby work farm since the producer closed the show. Billy tells Val she's going to continue her road trip because she likes traveling. Once again, here's our own fast mover, Tanya Mobley. Yes.
I've wined and dined on mulligan stew and never wished for turkey. I've hitched and hiked and grifted too from Maine to Albuquerque. Alas, I missed the Bogart's ball, and what is twice as sad, I was never at a party where they honored Noel Cad. But social circles spin too fast for me. My home Bohemia is the place to be. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I like the theater, but never come late. I never bother with people I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. I don't like crap games with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem in ermine and pearls. Won't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. That's why the lady is a tramp. I like the free, fresh wind in my hair. Life without care. I'm broke, it's oak. Hate California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp. I go to Coney, the beach is divine. I go to ball games, the bleachers are fine. I follow Winchell and read Tell Lazy Arden to leave me alone. I'm not so hot, but my shape is my own. That's why the lady is a tramp. The food at Sardi's is perfect, no doubt. I wouldn't know what the Ritz is about. I drop a nickel and coffee comes out. That's why the lady is a tramp. I like the fresh, sweet rain in my face. Diamonds and lace. Ain't got, so what? For Robert Taylor, I whistle and stamp. That's why the lady is a tramp.
So meanwhile, the radio is reporting an aviator attempting a transatlantic flight must make an emergency landing, and guess where? Right in their field. Val decides to impersonate the aviator, and they call all the presses. The mayor arrives, and they put on a show, and it was at this point when I'm reading that I realize I have no fucking idea what's going on. All I can say is everybody ends up with who they wanted to end up with, and it's certainly a happy ending. What they want me to do. Yeah, we live in the 21st century. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I thought it was higher. Closer. Oh boy. Now, before I do this, there's some thank yous to make. Everybody here, Don't Tell Mama, thank you. Sidney Meyer and Tommy Mobley, thank you very much. Please remember your servers, Brian and Anya. Who was it?
I'll be Anya
Alex, see
for
what
you
happens?
though, Rick. I'll be Anya for you.
Oh. That was a great flop musical, you know. Adam on lights and sound. This incredibly talented cast, and thank you all for coming out tonight. Remember, our next show is Friday, April 29th, when we will feature The Boy from Oz and Lorelei, which is basically a reworking of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And a to be determined show.
I'll hear that.
We'll see you then. Now, I was so moved to read from the liner notes because they explain this so much easier than I would have. There's no better way to explain it. As a child of parents, a drive-in movie in Rialto, Southern California, Twyla Tharp was no stranger to pop culture. You know, creating a theater piece in which the songs of Billy Joel told the story of a generation in dance was her idea. After working in the studio with her company on a few songs, just to make sure, quote, the music really dances the way that I thought it did, she invited Billy Joel, whom she had never met, to watch a videotape. He believed in the idea and gave his blessing to a show without spoken dialogue. One of the attractions for Billy was that I said, look, your language is the script, but how to create a narrative out of over 24 songs written over the course of more than 25 years. Twyla Tharp created the story of a group of friends from Hicksville whose lives remain intertwined through high school romance, bus stops, Vietnam, the life highlight and hitting bottom. Essentially, Italian Restaurant begins with Eddie driving in a 65 Mustang and it's breaking down. But he's a mechanic and he can fix it. Billy Joel handpicked the Movin' Out band, creating a tight ensemble of 10 players with pianist-singer Michael Cavanaugh at the center, delivering each song as Billy Joel's representative. All the vocals are performed by the pianist, the piano man representing Billy Joel, and the band suspended on the platform above the stage while the dancers act out the song's lyrics, basically making this show a rock ballet. Movin' Out opened at the Richard Rogers Theater October 24, 2002, and ran for 1,303 performances. It was nominated for 9 Tony Awards and won 2 for Best Choreography and Best Orchestrations. It all starts with a simple story. Please welcome the very complex Brian Kalinowski.
I won't be dancing.
Bottle of white, bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. We'll get a table near the street, in our old familiar place, you and I face to face. Bottle of red, bottle of white, it all depends upon your appetite. I'll meet you anytime you want in our Italian restaurant. Mr. Ricky Ritzel. Things are okay with me these days. Got a new job, got a good office, I got a new wife, I got a new life, and the family is fine. We lost touch long ago. You lost weight, I did not know you could ever look so nice after.
Enough. I can't go on.
There's 25 more verses.
I know. That's the whole show. We don't want to sing about that.
All right, fine.
Now, Brenda and Eddie, who we just met, they vow their love for each other in this next song, done by the inimitable Karen Mack.
For the longest time, oh,
again is the reflective. John Satrick.
They say that these are not the best of times, they're the only times I've ever known. And I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own. Now I've seen that sad surrender in my lover's eyes, and I can only stand apart and sympathize, for we are always what our situation hands us. It's either sadness or euphoria. Now we argue and we compromise and realize that nothing's ever changed. For our mutual experience, our separate conclusions are the same. We are forced to recognize our inhumanity. Our reason coexists with our insanity. And though we choose between reality and madness, it's either sadness or euphoria. Thoughtlessly we dissipate our energies. Perhaps we don't fulfill each other's fantasies. And as we stand upon the ledges of our lives with our respective similarities, it's either sadness or euphoria. It's either sadness or euphoria.
John Satrick. Act 2 has a lot of ups and downs in it. With Brenda and Eddie and Anthony and Judy, but finally a happy resolution is made as we hear this tribute to the good old days being now. Please welcome back the one and only Tanya Movin.
Now we take our time, so nonchalant, and spend our nights so bon vivant. We dress our days in silken robes. The money comes, the money goes. We know it's all a passing phase. Light our lamps for atmosphere and hang our hopes on chandeliers. We're going wrong, we're gaining weight. We're sleeping long and far too late. We'll have to change our jaded ways. I love these days.
scenes from an Italian restaurant. But the one Billy Joel song we all know and is done earlier in the show. So let's all put our voices together and close this show with that song. Are you ready?
Yes.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. We're making the crowd just close in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes. But it's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore younger man's clothes. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. Gets my drinks for free. He's quick with a joke or lighting a smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says,
I believe this is killing me. I gotta get out of this place. 'Cause I know that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place.
now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Green Navy, and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. Yeah, they share a drink they call loneliness, and it's better than drinking alone. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday.